Brisbane is the capital city of Queensland. European settlement began in 1824 when the Governor of the New South Wales colony, Sir Thomas Brisbane, gave orders to establish a northern convict settlement. A bit of trivia. Sir Thomas visited the settlement in late 1824 and has the distinction of being the only person to have visited the Australian capital city named after him. Needless to say, Queen Adelaide never visited her city. The first 14 years of European settlement, it was convicts only, and then in 1838, free settlers were allowed. The east coast of Australia has had torrential rain and flooding these past few months, and on a quick trip to Brisbane, I could see that the Brisbane River was quite high. Not having much time, and in between days of constant rain, I managed to spend a small amount of time in the city centre. First stop was at South Bank. South Bank, as the name suggests, is on the southern bank of the Brisbane River. It had once been an industrial area with warehouses. They were all demolished, and in 1988 it was the location of the Brisbane Expo. Once the Expo buildings were dismantled, South Bank was transformed into an entertainment hub for the city. A pergola covered with bougainvillea winds its way through South Bank. There's a few original pub buildings from when it was an industrial area, and they were incorporated into the Expo site as well. There's quite a selection of bars, restaurants and cafes. Friday, Saturday and Sunday there's a host of market stalls. Birds known as the ibis in Australia are called bin chickens as they scavenge around where people are eating. This was in the fast food court area. There are ibis on the lawn, but there were some braver ones under the chairs and tables. South Bank has free play areas for children. There's this huge adventure playground as well as swimming areas, rocky pools and a sandy beach area. On a different day, I took the train into the city centre, and it amused me how there were these beautiful old heritage buildings being dwarfed by modern towers. The Queensland War Memorial is not just used for war commemorations but also for other communities. On this particular day, it was Greek National Day, so I ended up filming from below the memorial in Anzac Square. That's the Brisbane Central train station behind it. From Anzac Square, I walked down to King George Square. The square was named for King George V after he died in 1936. I remember his statue being in front of the town hall. The square's been redeveloped and it seems like the statue is more to one side. The town hall clock tower was once the highest building in Brisbane. It's now tiny in comparison to the taller buildings around it. From King George Square, I walked into the Queen Street Mall, which is the city's main shopping area. It leads up to the river. Across the road from the mall is this beautiful building. It had been the Treasury building and it now houses a casino. I then walked across one of the many river bridges and back to South Bank to the train station there. Most visitors to Australia use Brisbane as a stepping off point for Queensland's coastal areas, but it is a part of our big wide world that's worth visiting on its own. I hope you will consider liking and subscribing to my channel.